Heughan reveals shocking secret about love scene with Caitriona Balfe that shocks Outlander fans. The story begins in a seemingly normal podcast called Whiskey Talks with Sam, hosted by Heughan himself, a small project he has long cherished to share about life, work, and sometimes off-screen stories of showbiz. In the 10th episode, released unexpectedly on a Sunday night, Sam invited none other than himself as a guest, a monologue lasting more than 45 minutes. The topic is the untold story of Outlander. The audience initially thought he would tell happy memories, cute behind-the-scenes stories with Caitriona Balfe, his co-star for nearly a decade. But no one expected Sam to reveal something that the Outlander production team had tried to keep secret for many years. There was a love scene between me and Cat. People loved it, called it legendary, but the truth is that it wasn't played the way you think it was. And there were things that happened during the shoot that still make me cringe. Social media was immediately shocked. The controversial scene, the scene Sam was referring to, was in Season 2, Episode 7, when Jamie and Claire reunited after many days apart and had a steamy sex scene in a small house in France. This scene was once called one of the most artistic and emotional sex scenes on television by Entertainment Weekly magazine. Sam describes, "I remember that day, the crew was completely on set. We were asked to shoot for 8 hours straight, to capture every little movement, every little expression. But the strange thing was that the director at the time, I won't say his name, kept asking for specific shots to be shot over and over again, especially angles that weren't used in the final cut." According to Sam, during filming, he and Caitriona noticed that there was an additional camera being adjusted remotely, but no one on the crew had told him about it. "I just found it strange, because the camera was set at a very low angle, close to the ground, and pointed up, in an inappropriate way. I asked, 'What is this camera for?' and no one answered. They just said, 'Keep shooting.' I was uncomfortable." Caitriona leaves set silently. Sam continued that Caitriona, who is always professional and rarely shows her personal emotions while working, left the set early that day, an extremely rare occurrence. "Cat didn't say a word. We were shooting, and she got up, wrapped herself in a towel, and left. I later got word that she had requested that the scene be re-edited with different footage, or she wouldn't be on air. The incident was handled internally, in silence. The final scene that aired was a shortened, heavily edited version, and completely different from what Sam and Cat had experienced on the day of filming." Sam's podcast did not name the director, nor did it specify who was operating the secondary camera. But that very night, netizens figured it out. The director of Episode 2X07 was Mark D. Travers, who has not appeared in any episodes of Outlander since community backlash. On X, Twitter, the hashtags #OutlanderTruth and #ProtectCaitriona climbed to the top worldwide. Fans condemned the filming of the film without transparency, and demanded an explanation from the Outlander producers. An account named @OutlanderLeaks also claimed that many other sensitive scenes in the series were also secretly filmed, with a side camera for unclear purposes. Claire Reynolds, a former employee of the Season 2 costume department, unexpectedly shared Sam's podcast and wrote, "Finally someone said it. I left the production because I felt like I was helping with things that were not right." The cast hit back. 2 days after the podcast, Tall Ship Productions issued a press release. "We categorically deny any improper filming practices. Every scene in Outlander was filmed with the full consent of the cast, under contract and under full supervision. What was said in the podcast was a personal misunderstanding and does not reflect the truth." However, Sam continued to maintain his stance. He posted on Instagram, "I am not saying this to create a scandal. I am saying this because I know the truth, and I respect myself and Caitriona. As for Caitriona Balfe, the actress only wrote a single line on X. My silence does not mean acceptance.